Hi! This is my first legitimate video of me talking, and I'm ridiculously nervous for just sitting and talking to a camera, but it feels pretty awkward. I thought quite a bit about what I wanted to make my first video about, and the one topic that I kept coming back to was dermatophagia. So that's what I'm going to do my video on. And please forgive the awkwardness, because hopefully I'll get better over time at videos, but right now my voice probably sounds retarded and I've got like the stupidest background ever. But yeah, dermatophagia. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's a skin eating / picking disorder that's really closely related to obsessive compulsive disorder, and it's also very closely related to trichotillomania, which is where you pick out your hair basically from your head obsessively. But dermatophagia, sorry, I thought I heard somebody, is basically picking and biting the skin around your fingernails. Like, a lot of people bite their actual fingernails, but I tend to bite my fingernails sometimes, but I bite the skin around my fingernails more than anything. And I read on the internet that I think it's 1 in 8 people have dermatophagia. Dogs are fighting. But for how common it is, it's very unrecognized, and that sort of bugs me because I've had dermatophagia since I was about, I'm going to say 6 years old, and my whole life I've been really self-conscious about it, because hands tend to be something to me that stand out somewhat, because you do everything with your hands except for talk, I guess. Here I go, ranting about nothing. But I have started to hold my hands in such a way where you can't see my fingernails, basically, because I don't want to be judged for having mutilated skin that basically has been chewed to the point of bleeding. But I didn't know that skin biting was an actual disorder until about 3 or 4 months ago. I looked it up on the internet. I just looked up biting skin around fingernails, and it came up with dermatophagia. And I'm really into psychology. I'm majoring in psychology. And I've got basically an obsession about it. And so to know that it was actually a disorder sort of made me feel better at the same time as feeling worse, because it meant that I have sort of a mental problem. But knowing that other people suffer from the same problem and feel exactly the same way that I do made me feel better. And I started reading testimonies about people with dermatophagia and how they talk about basically they cannot control it, and it's stupid because the little bits of skin that stick up around the fingernails like drive them crazy, and so they bite or clip them with nail clippers, which is what I've started to do, away so that the skin is smooth, but that thus creates sores, which then when they start to heal have uneven skin again. So it's like this really stupid never-ending cycle. And I've tried to explain it to people that don't have this problem, and they think that I'm insane, and they think, well, why don't you just stop biting your skin, then it will heal. But I've let it heal. I've gone like a week and a half without biting or picking, and even when the skin is smooth, hey, I still have the desire to bite at it, probably because I also like to eat the skin, which is pretty disgusting. but I like the taste of it. So I think it's partially obsessive compulsive disorder, and it's partially almost like an addiction. I'm not sure if this video is even pointless to make, but I've started to become pretty passionate about dermatophagia because it's supposedly very common, but nobody really knows about it. And I own a DSM-4, which is the Diagnostical Manual for Psychological Disorders. And I looked in it the other day, and dermatophagia is not in there. And I've asked my doctor about it, and she was just a general doctor, but she didn't know about it. And I've emailed a psychologist about it, and he never answered me, which either shows that he doesn't care or that he doesn't know about it either, which I think is pretty sad, because it affects daily life. Not only is it painful, but it makes you ashamed to use your hands in public situations. And I am going to show you my fingers, even though it's embarrassing to me. And right now they aren't that bad because I tend to bandage them and put ointment on them while I sleep so that they heal. But then the next morning I clip away at them again, but I have not clipped at them yet today, so they're like partially healed from last night. But I'm going to show you anyway. Here's my thumb. It's not very bad. Right there. Probably isn't showing up very well at all. I've bit all my nails down also. It's really not that bad looking right now. That one was pretty bad last night. I put it in a Band-Aid overnight and it healed. I bite my knuckles. And this is a burn from work. It's not dermatophagia. That's just I burnt myself on the oven. But yeah, a lot of people I've seen bite down to the knuckle, and they bite like to the point where part of their fingerprint is missing, and I'm not that bad, but I can relate to people with dermatophagia. And the main reason I want to make this video is because, first of all, I'm passionate about it. I want to be a psychologist, and I have now decided that I want to learn as much as I can about dermatophagia because I have it, and I think that if people have suffered from something themselves, they can help people out a lot better because they've gone through it. And I have not been able to stop. The only thing that has helped me at all has been getting acrylic nails. And I think the main reason for that is that I cannot clip away at the skin as effectively with the acrylic nails on. But I still tend to bite them anyway. And that's a temporary fix because I always end up getting rid of the acrylic nails and then I start biting at them again. And I really would just like to basically open this up for discussion for anyone who has dermatophagia. You can leave a comment below and hopefully others will respond to you, or you could send me a private message and I will talk to you about it. I'm actually having a conversation with somebody right now on YouTube through private messages about dermatophagia. And people from all walks of life have this problem. There are people who started in their 30s and have been doing it into their 60s or 70s. There are people who started when they were about 6, like I did, and have been doing it. I'm now 19, so that's about 13 years. I'm not good at quick math, but I've read testimonies of people that have been doing it for 50 years and they still cannot stop, and it's really sad to me because I used to think that it was a form of cannibalism, self-cannibalism, or like a form of self-mutilation, because that's pretty much what it feels like, but really it's just obsessive compulsive disorder, as I already said. But it's really sad to me because it's very embarrassing when people see. I've had people point out, it's almost like I don't really want to even go there, never mind. I was going to make a comparison, but people probably wouldn't like that. It's sad because it's something that you're doing to yourself, but at the same time you cannot help it. Honestly, you cannot. Because I don't think many people who have actually had this problem would choose to continue biting at their fingers. It's painful. Takes up a lot of time, surprisingly. At night, my hobby used to be probably reading. I used to write. And now I sit and clip at my skin, pretty much. And another reason why I wanted to make this video, I'm pretty much like just jumping all over the place with what I'm saying, but another reason I wanted to make this is that I'm hoping to post beauty videos, like makeup tutorials and things like that, like reviews. And I've noticed a lot of people who make videos like that show their hands, like when they've got nail polish on. Like, look at how awesome my nail polish is, and like they show things up close, and I thought, well, the first thing people are going to say to me if I ever get any viewers whatsoever is, hey, look at how screwed up your fingers are. And I wanted to just sort of make a video to address that right from the get-go. But yeah, if you have dermatophagia, then feel free to tell me your story, because it really interests me, and I am incredibly sympathetic. Not only because I experienced this myself, but I'm also just really open to talking to people. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to me, then that's fine. Hopefully watching this has made you feel a little bit better about having this problem, because a lot of people have this problem. It's a big deal, I think. It's been affecting me my whole life, but if people try to bug you about your fingers, just remember that you can't help it, and that people are shallow and mean for no reason. I've had people make fun of me for it. This is kind of the point of my video where I have nothing more to say. So I guess that's probably the end of that. If anyone's got any ideas for any other videos I could post, go ahead and let me know. This was pretty much my main idea, was dermatophagia, but anyways.